3 days after the U.S. and Israel launched strikes on Iran, the war is on, and it's got everyone on high alert. U.S. troops have died, and the economic effects are already here. The cost of oil surging today. U.S. crude prices jumping nearly 7%. If you've seen a gas station today, you've noticed the prices have already increased. And if you were wondering how all of that happened so fast, we wondered the same. Here's Kent.
Janet, this huge reaction in the oil market is based on a relatively tiny passageway for global shipping, which just happens to be off of the coast of Iran. It's called the Strait of Hormuz, and its narrowest point, it's only about 20 miles wide. But 20 million barrels of oil pass through here every single day. That's 20% of all the oil consumed in the world. And right now, it's all come to a screeching halt. Not long after military strikes on Iran, followed by retaliation across the Middle East this weekend, a few massive tankers found themselves on the receiving end as well.
Those images go a long way of persuading people that it probably isn't a journey they want to make until things have calmed down a little bit.
St. Thomas economics professor Tyler Schipper says despite a vow by OPEC countries to increase oil production by 200,000 barrels a day, the passage that is key to 20 million barrels has now seen 5 tankers damaged and another 150 ships essentially stuck in limbo. Whether or not it's actually closed down, does it really matter at this point?
No, because you still have companies that are going to be risk adverse.
He's talking about insurance companies, which began canceling so-called war risk coverage for ships in the Gulf. Most of that oil is destined for China and the rest of Asia, meaning, in theory, the impact won't be as great in the U.S.
The longer it goes on, the more likely it's going to put strain on supply chains, and we could see it put some more upward pressure on prices overall in the U.S.
Some of that anxiety is already creeping in at the pump. According to GasBuddy, the national average is now at $3 a gallon, with the price in Minnesota jumping more than 21 cents in the past week and 13 cents since yesterday.
I watched the price of diesel. And why? Because diesel is what is used to transport goods and services. That's an input cost into every product that moves from point A to point B. It's inflationary.
Akshay Rao is a professor of marketing who studies consumer pricing at the U of M's Carlson School of Management. He says it's only a matter of time before the price of diesel causes prices for everyday goods to tick up. And if that happens, he says it won't matter how quickly the conflict in Iran ends.
There's plenty of evidence to show that prices go up like a rocket and they decline like a feather.
And speaking of diesel, Jana, it's not any better news. In fact, diesel has been outpacing the climb that gas has had today. I just checked in the last hour, it hit $3.81 a gallon on the national average for diesel. That's the highest since July of 2024.
And those of us of a certain age that are watching, you and I, every time conflict in the Middle East is spurred, this is always the first thing that people notice, in addition to the most important thing, which is casualties.
Yeah, because, I mean, clearly it's one of those things where you see it, right? You're driving past your station, you've seen it. We had stations, we took reports today of some seeing, rises of upwards of 40 cents a gallon. So it can be that jarring thing. That also plays into this pricing, though. Professor Rao said people have those expectations, so then people know they can price in those expectations too.
All right, well, something that we'll keep an eye on. Kent, we thank you. We'll be right back.